Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back for part 2 of my video series looking at the thumb picking style of Chet Atkins and Mel Travis, and this is to celebrate the release of my new book Country Fingerstyle Guitar, which is available on amazon.com.co.uk, Fundamental Changes and all those good book places right now. So if you enjoy this, please do go check it out. In the last video, and if you missed that, you can always check that out on my channel, we looked at the chords needed to play the first part of Mr. Sandman in the way that Chet Atkins would play it. What we're going to do now is we're going to deal with thumb picking, the bass part on that. Now this is an integral part of playing the song as a single solo guitar piece where you're playing the chords and melody at the same time, but also these skills are applicable when you're developing rhythm guitar skills in this style. When you listen to great players in this style, they often had a rhythm guitar player playing the harmony behind them to help support them, so this is important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chords we looked at, and we're just going to apply classic thumb picking patterns to them. Now, the classic thumb picking patterns, and I cover this in a lot more detail in my book, so you might want to check that out. If we're starting on the A string, as we are here, I'm going to play the A string, then I'm going to strum the D and perhaps G. It's not a planned movement. I'm just creating harmony. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 1, beat 2. We then jump over to the low E string and play the open E, and these are all done with a palm mute. And then I do my strum on the D and G again. So beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. You could do that on an A chord as well. Now that's the way Chet might do something like that. It's very articulate. Mel would be a little bit wider with these and perhaps, be playing. As a rhythm guitar skill. The same technique is used with this thumb playing on 1, 2, 3 and 4 when looking at our G sharp 7 chord. But now on the chord I'm going to pick the low E string, then the D and G strings, and then the A string, and then the D and G. So now when playing rhythm guitar you might use this Mel Travis. Try going between those two things. They work nicely, right? I could go. I then apply the same principle to my C9 chord. I play because the chord has a root note on the A string. We play the A string, then the D and G, and then we move our second finger over to the E string, and then play the D and G. Now we've got our F sharp. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make a complexion like peaches and cream. Nice way to play that. Getting the backbeat in there and familiarising yourself with the chord progression. We can then apply the same thing to the B9 and the E, over to our A, and this F9. And this isn't too tricky to do, just take it nice and slowly and get a nice accent on beats 2 and 4. Now if you want to make it a little bit more Merle or Chet, actually both guys would do this, we can add some walking bass lines in there just to connect chords, and that works really nicely. Check this out. That's the first part in really being able to get this style down. The thumb has to be completely automatic when you're playing this style. When you're to have this automatic movement of the thumb where it's just alternating between strings. So take some time and really get to grips with how to do that on this chord progression. And this is definitely not an easy chord progression to be starting this with. Like I say, there's probably a lot more examples that are more manageable for beginners in my book, Country Guitar for Beginners, worth checking out. Thanks so much for checking this video out, guys, and in the next video we'll come back and we'll look at playing a melody on top of some of these chords to really start sounding like Merle or Chet. So I'll see you there. Bye.